toast to their career.
The perfect combination, boy.
Hemp hard, legends in the South.
This is sports fans' only home for the hottest sports show around. These guys are on fire.
You're now listening to KJ and Shawn Mack. Let's talk some damn sports.
Thanks for tuning in to Sports Fans Only Boxing. See Anthony back with another video. Want to take some time and say thanks to everybody who subscribed. We picked up maybe like 20 subscribers over the last couple of days. Thanks for all those who commented, shared, and everything like that. That's the best way to help grow the channel. Today on deck, talking Terence Crawford, poised to strike versus Shawn Porter. This is up for negotiations. I would say this is the pre-negotiation stage. Bo Mack, we all know, which is Terence Crawford's trainer. He made a couple statements on a couple interviews, podcasts last night that Kenny Porter has been up in the Top Rank office, and they're talking about the particulars of the fight. This would be a good fight to make. I'm pretty sure that conversation went like Kenny Porter's probably like, I want 2 or 3 mil. Bob Aaron's probably like, we gonna work it out. But no matter what, this fight can be made, because if they can't just come up with a price, this probably can go to a purse bid. They can. It's like 3 different ways they can make a fight, more, but this fight can get done. It's a fight that I talked about weeks ago. Been talking about it for a while. I think it's a great test for Terence Crawford. So right now is a turning point, I would say, in Terence Crawford's career. He's 33 years old. A lot of people forget that. He'll be, first of all, he'll be making 34 in September. So Terence Crawford is not young. It's time for him to pick up the pace. I'll say that it's not like he's not willing to pick up the pace. He's not the fight maker. He's not the check signer. He doesn't handle negotiations. Terence Crawford will fight anybody, but this is one that will be made, and this is going to be a good fight. A lot of things. First, I want to just jump off a little bit. Even if this fight's not made, he might be able to get the Virgil Ortiz Jr. fight. That'll be a good fight, but it's not much competition, I don't think. But I think Virgil is going to be taking Maurice Hooker in March, maybe like March 20th. But back to the Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter is somebody who we all want to see go at it with Terence Crawford. This would also help Crawford with his negotiations in his Arrow match for the future at some point, because they will get it on, no matter what nobody say, they will get it on at one point. But Spence, with his high-level resume and the money he's making right now, he's trying to get the 70-30 split, 60-40 split. I definitely don't think it can be 50-50, but right now upper hand goes with Spence. But this fight can kind of balance that out. Maybe get a 50-50 fight, which everybody want to see. So Shawn Porter, what do we know about Shawn Porter? All right, Shawn Porter, effective aggressiveness. Great footwork, pivots. Against Errol Spence, I think Porter, he showed me a lot. He actually pivots and moves a little bit better in mid-range than Errol Spence. He was able to find Errol a little bit more than I thought. He switched up a little bit. He can box, hop on his toes a little bit like he did against Ugas. I think he got the win against Ugas, but I think I would have gave it to Ugas. But anyway, he showed different sides of his game. So this is going to push Terence Crawford. Also, he loves the pocket. No one loves the pocket a lot more than Shawn Porter. He's going to try to smother your punches, take your offense, and he smothers his offense a little bit too, but he's willing to wrestle with you a little bit and kind of make you think a little bit, so it won't be so smooth and fluent like that. Also, I would say, with Crawford, it's all around the board with him. I'm always confused with Crawford. I'll just start off by saying it's hard to gauge Crawford because you could correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, but I believe he got 6 KOs in a row. His last 6 fights, from my memory, are all KOs. So KOs are good, it's great, but it kind of limits what you can do. So this will be a good match right here. So Crawford, agile, hand speed, power in both hands, switch hitter, mid-range. Excellent. He might be the best at the mid-range. Not from distance, not in the pocket, but mid-range. I said in the past that he throws a lot of looping punches, which is true. He's a dog, but he's such a technician. He varies the loops. He might go wide. He might go a little shorter wide, and then shorter wide, and then bomb. So That's Terence Crawford in a nutshell. Also, he's dangerous at all times. Crawford is real dangerous. You might be able to get a couple punches on him, just like Kell Brook was touching him light, but you never know when the knockout's coming. Right hand over the top, there it goes. Could go to the body, switch, and throw some of those looping punches, catch you right on the chin. When he lands, you finish. When I think when he hit Kell Brook, in like 3 seconds after said what happened, it was real quick. He didn't see it. So in this fight, I would expect this to go. I definitely don't think he could knock out Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter, he has his way. In a sense, I kind of see like he has his way with almost any fighter. Nobody can dictate the pace against Shawn Porter. And he has the recovery of like, I'll give an example. Like when he got hit against Errol, he bounced right up. When Adrian Broner dropped him, I think in like the 10th or 11th round, he looked at his dad like, you didn't see that, and he bounced right up and then dominated the rest of the fight. So he has that Nate Diaz to where like you hit him, he shakes it off, he's coming right back. So I don't think that'll be a knockout, but this is going to test Crawford because Crawford's going to have to do something I haven't seen him do a lot. He's going to have to actually use his feet and use his feet well. He's not going to be able to fight Shawn Porter in the inside, and he's not going to be able to take his time. He won't be able to take his time. So this is going to test his the mental fortitude because the pressure's going to be there. It's going to be pressure. I don't think that Porter's going to give him time to. Porter's not going to give him time to think. It's going to be like high-speed chess. Boom, boom. Porter's going to take what he can get. Crawford's going to try to be methodical and work his way, work his way through it and throw bombs. He's definitely going for the KO. But I think it'll go 12, and I think it'll be a split decision, Shawn Porter. I'm sorry, I take that back. Could be a split decision, Terence Crawford. I like to say also it's going to be, this will be that fight that'll put the pressure on Errol Spence because from the media, from the YouTubers, fans, everybody, if Crawford wins, it's lining right up for him and Errol Spence to go at it. Maybe 50-50, maybe 55-45, and maybe some back-end money for Shawn Porter. There's a lot of back-end money in boxing if you get the right deal. So that's going to be something to take. But I like to say in this, I'll be very surprised if Crawford could get Shawn Porter out of there. Haven't seen anybody touch up on Shawn Porter. He responds well, but this is the fight that I'd say Terence Crawford is poised to strike. A lot of people calling his name, trying to get some respect on his name. A lot of, he doesn't make the fights, like I said. He's not the matchmaker. He's not the guy who signs the contracts. He's the guy who gets in the gym, train, and like, who's next, who's up next. So this is going to be the one right here. But I think Crawford, after about 4 or 5 rounds, he'll get comfortable with the bulldog style of Shawn Porter. And I think at some point he'll be able to finesse his way to a victory in, I can't say dramatic fashion, but I still think this definitely has that fight of the year potential. It'll be just one to watch. It's also going to gauge Keith Thurman's skill level because Keith Thurman fought Porter in the pocket for 12 rounds. That's out of Keith's element. And Keith did well, so I think this will bring out a little bit of, this will bring out the special side of Crawford. Keith Thurman, he's a guy, he likes to dominate for the first rounds. He really likes to bring the fight to you for the first, second, third, fourth round. Then he'll go into boxing mode from this like 7th round through the 12th round. So in this fight, it's going to be real good to see. I'm taking Crawford. I'm definitely think anybody's crazy who think that Shawn Porter is going to get KO'd. I don't see anybody KOing Shawn Porter. But it's a good stepping stone fight to get that Errol Spence fight. And also, this would definitely bring the, I think Porter would be, if Porter did squeak out the win, he'd be able to force that rematch with Errol Spence and get a bigger purse at the end of it. And that might be his, he's 33 also. Most of these guys are older. They're like, I just say they're older. They're not shot. I'll say they're in their prime, nearing the edge of their prime. They're not like Errol. Errol's young, healthy. So I think all these guys, no matter what, even the older guys, all roads lead back to Errol Spence. But this is a Crawford video, so I want to say, I did say that Errol Spence would take Crawford. That opinions can change. I'm still going to stick with that. But at the end of the day, I just wanted to talk about Terence Crawford a little bit, talk about his age, talk about the negotiations, talk about Al Barum. And this is the one. This is the closest I've heard to negotiations. Porter is actually in the Top Rank's office trying to get this done. So If you agree with what I'm saying, you disagree, get in the comment section, let me know. Thanks for tuning in. Sports Fans Only Boxing. See Anthony, Shawn Mack on production. Peace. Be well.